All right, what's up, everybody? Mark Parson, Cornerback Pro. You know what it is. Um, Former NFL football player, Houston Texans, New Orleans Saints. All right, so of course I like the Saints still, and I've been following Marshon Lattimore. I did one video on him. I forgot he was going against the Bucks. Yeah, and that's when he got that dirty hit when somebody hit him. But now we're going against Julio Jones. Now Julio Jones is probably arguably one of the best wide receivers in the league. So. And they had him following him the whole game. So understand that. Think about what the DC is saying about the Saints. Marshon Lattimore, he got him following one of the best receivers in the league the whole game, matching up. So that's what's up. Let's get into it. Make sure you guys email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. Get the programs. All right. Let's get better today. All right. Let's see what's up. Let me make sure I mute that again. All right, so we're up at the top. Let's see. All right, so one thing I will say this: Marshon Lattimore is really good at staying square usually, yo. Um, he has good leverage. Now he's going to get called right here for holding. For the most part, I mean, it almost looks like he was about to open up to the outside, but he doesn't, and that's the whole key: to stay square. Very important to stay square as long as possible. Let's watch it. So you want to, that little quick move to the outside. Marshon Lattimore, he could have did a little bit better at the beginning. He could have used the technique. He could have buzzed his feet. He could have maybe took a step back, but just be careful opening the gate too early. It's a habit that we all have, and this is early in the game. So sometimes you got to get your feel for the game, feel for the receiver, but you got to just make sure you don't want to get in the habit of opening up, because that's the whole point. Shuffling helps you recover really fast. So if he makes a move right here and he comes back with it, I can come back just like in basketball when you're guarding somebody. All right, see where we are. Are we up at the top? Okay, so they got a little pick route, and Julio gets off a little bit right here. So we're impressed. One thing you can always do pre-snap. So you got different things you can do pre-snap. Make sure you talk to each other. Say if they have a tight split, say, hey man, make sure they may do a rub route. So right here they got the tight end. So he's doing the same move right here. Where he kind of opens up. Let me show you what I'm talking about. At the press, I'm talking about Marshon. So instead of staying square, it's like he wants to kind of. You know what? Let me see. Make sure we're not in two-man right now. Cover two-man. I'm going to go to the beginning. See if I can see it. Nah, we're not in two-man. And he got to make that tackle right there. But, hey, a lot of people missing tackles. But just be careful, man. You just want to fight to stay square as long as possible in your press. If you notice the past 2 reps where he got caught on, he kind of wants to open the gate a little bit. And we'll watch it again. But at the end of the day, you just got to keep your feet. Make sure you talk pre-snap. Communicate is very key on defense. And then everybody got to make the tackle. And bring them down. God, dog it. Bring them down, man. All right, we at the bottom. There you go. But yeah, Marshon Lattimore's been balling all year, man. The rookie. I think he's going to the Pro Bowl. All right, we up at the top. Got a tight split. Just be aware. Way to stay square. Get at least 2 shuffles in. Now squeeze. And that's why Julio's a man. He look at that. He tried to bring him down right there. Because Julio's a beast. So you got to just squeeze as much as possible. But that was excellent press, man. I think he was outside shade. He's outside shade. He understands he's tight. Now watch this. That's a good shuffle right there. Now he just has to fight the squeeze. And then look towards the receiver if you want to look back. So once you get to him, I mean, that was a good throw by Matt Ryan too. Almost like that back shoulder. But once you get to him, just make sure you look towards the receiver to the ball. And have a hand on him. You can have a hand on him. So you can kind of, your hands could be your eyes as you look back. We're up at the top, we're in the slot. We're pressed. Okay, that's good. Good job. Make sure you squeeze even more right there. So he's doing a good job. Like his press man is probably one of the best in the league right now. Um, just in this game, just understand who you're going against every single play, right? You're going against a beast every single play. We got a whole. I think it's almost like he called off the whole player. I mean, let me see. Sometimes you got a linebacker in there to be the whole player. He can kind of help you out a little bit. I'm trying to see the start of this play. They got another little rub route. So you just got to make sure you're communicating. Sometimes what we used to do is like, look, all right, if he's tight like that, sometimes it's best not to press him, especially if you got another receiver right there, like a tight end. Be careful in that play. All right. So you may want to play off and just alert the linebacker, watch for this, route, and so you can play over top. Now we got cover 2 man. Bam. Big time players make big plays. Get to the numbers, which he did, and just keep your head on a swivel. Let's watch that again. So cover 2 man. One thing about cover 2 man is this. So we got 2 safeties. All right. What you're gonna notice is, well, for every team I play for, they told us take away the inside. Like at the end of the day, take away the inside. I don't care. So right here, you'll notice you can open the gate a little bit more so than normal. All right. So just be aware of that. That's why he's kind of like, okay, because you're gonna get in like a trail position where you're trailing the receivers. I'm gonna show you what I mean. You see where he is right here? So obviously the offensive play doesn't, the offense doesn't know that they're in cover 2 man, so they just think they're in man. So he's gonna try to do a little hitch or a back shoulder. But guess what? He's not worried about getting beat over top because he has safety help and he can play underneath. So it's perfect, good catch. And we got to work to score a touchdown. You got to score on defense. You score on defense, you're gonna win some games. Have your name in the paper. Good job. They've been balling, man. The defense, the Saints been struggling for some years now, ever since the Super Bowl when it comes to defense. Offense is always legit. You see how we got the safety over top of him? So he's not concerned about getting beat deep, so he can kind of play underneath and be more physical and play inside. In cover 2 man, you never want to get beat inside. I tell you that. So if they're going to catch a ball on you, it's got to be an outside breaking route. Remember that. So there's different ways to play 2 man too. You can play off like a buzz your feet stance. Just make sure you play hard inside, or press. Okay. Just know you got help over top. Make sure you communicate with the safety, and do not let him inside. Every inside breaking route is your money, and then rally to the outside breaking routes. All right, we up at the top. We're in soft 2. We used to call it red 2. Money. Oh man. Good job with that. So disguise, deception. We already talked about that. You guys are gonna read the book Art of War. You're gonna look at the YouTube. Deception. That was one of the keys for the Saints from 2009 when we Super Bowl year. So make sure you can disguise things. You don't look. Look, they had them thinking they were in man, and then it turns out to be a red 2. Red zone cover soft 2. So see how we're playing in between this, right? And then rally to it, make a play, tips and overthrows. All right, where we at? I think we're at the top. Let's see. There you go. Nice hit. Good hit. Let me see. I didn't see that one. We'll speed through that. What did they call? They did not call that, bro. Please tell me they didn't call that. Oh, that was on him. Is that on the offense? Okay, maybe that was on offense. Yeah, 2nd and 10. Okay. So receivers, when it comes to push, creating separation, yes, that is key. Make sure you don't fully extend your arm. You can get away with it if you got a little club. you know, but don't extend. So good job on them. All right, so he took Marshon. Make sure Marshon is shape, baby. Now look, he is guarding the best receiver, one of the best receivers in the league the whole game. So that is tough. Just gotta be careful when you're in your hands on him, but I still like it, man. That's part of the game. I mean, Julio. I mean, like I said, it's Julio. Julio's. I mean, he's big, fast, and just good money. Money. So he got 3 catches for 65 yards and then pick. Hey, that's not a bad game so far. That is not a bad game. 12 head-to-heads, 6 targets. All right, where we at? Come on, ref. Oh, they call holding. All right, so listen. Oh, this is perfect, guys. I like them battling. Now look, let's watch this. All right. So we got it. We ready? Make sure eyes on his waist. All right. So already, so it looks like we speed release, right? So it looks like he's gonna just take off. No, what did he do? What did he do wrong from the snap of the ball? What do we always talk about? So he wants to immediately open up and run against a good receiver. What he's gonna do? Bam. So that's why we want to at least take one shuffle. Marshon is fast enough. He's a 4-3 guy. He's fast enough to take one shuffle and then run with a guy. But it gets to, you're going against a beast like Julio Jones, so you're like, oh shoot, I need to get on my horse. So watch what happens. Watch what happens. You know what I'm saying? So again, you don't want to just immediately cross over. And when you're pressed, do not immediately cross over. You want to take a shuffle. You want to take 2 shuffles. Even if you have to take a step back and then shuffle. You want to get at least 1 or 2 shuffles in. All right? Because that would protect him. That's the whole point of press. Stay square. All right, we down at the bottom. We got a couple more. Make sure you stand low. Tackle. And at corners got to have, corners have to get in a good habit of wrapping up. You don't want to just, when you look, you could tackle the legs. That's what we do, of course, because tackling bigger guys. But just make sure you wrap up every time. You don't even have to be an amazing hitter. You don't have to be an amazing tackler. Just wrap his legs up. Okay? And right here, wrap them up. And you can practice that on the dummies. There's some great tackling drills that I'm probably gonna post. It's the Seattle Seahawks tackling tape. You can actually YouTube it. Just YouTube Seattle Seahawks tackling. You'll find it. Some good drills to practice because you guys gotta know how to tackle. And going for the strip. Good job on that. So Julio actually had a decent game in this. I only saw the highlights before where Marshon got the pick. If he doesn't open you up, if you don't feel like you need to open, don't open unless you're going to do the shuffle technique. If you're backpedaling, the goal is to kind of stay in the back pedal as long as you can. But obviously, if he's even, he's leaving. So, but right there in that short little dig, the in route, he didn't need to. All right, so Atlanta actually won that game. But Marshon had some good points in that. He usually is really good at staying square. This game he wanted to open up a little bit. It wasn't bad. It's just I understand you're going against Julio Jones, so make sure you want to stay square as long as possible. Make sure also when you are pressed, you don't want to immediately cross over. You do not want to immediately cross over and run. You want to take at least 1 or 2 shuffles. Get your hand on, which he did it a couple of times, so he did a good job. Make sure you wrap up on your tackles. Good job on the pick, right? Because you were in cover 2 man, it looked like. And he protected his inside, and he was still physical. So he didn't just give the outside, right? The outside. He was physical with him, and in turn, he made the pick. So make sure you guys email me at cornerbackpro@gmail.com. You got to get the programs. You got to get better. All right? Peace.